Live teammates, I am now welcomed by our three incredible field speakers for today. Dr. Ruth Ifedora from Dallas, Texas, right? $1.1 million earner. Nima Attar, not only our newest Senior Executive Vice Chairman, but I believe the youngest Senior Executive Vice Chairman in WFG history. And the incredible Cash Rastan, whose claim to fame, I think, is he's got 3 kids under the age of 5 or 4. Is it? Yeah. One more on the way.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 under 3. So
4
3, 2, 1.
I don't know if that says more about you or your incredible wife, Nella, but we'll give both of you the credit there. That eliminates a lot of excuses for the success that you're having in the business. But first off, guys, I just want to thank you for graciously giving up your time to be here. I know it's a beautiful day in Hawaii. You could be out at the beach. You could be at the pool with your family, your teammates, but you're here with us. You're here with our WFG Live audience, pouring into them. We appreciate that so much. I want to start first by just real quick getting to know you all a little bit, letting the audience are watching get to know you a little bit. So tell me, tell us all what you did before WFG and a little bit about, your journey, how long you've been in the company and things like that. Dr. Ruth, we'll start with you.
Thank you, Drew, for this opportunity, and thank you, WFG. Yes, my name is Princess Dr. Ruth Ifedora. Before WFG, my background is in healthcare.
Healthcare, awesome.
Yes, I was a nurse. I have PhD in nursing. I did nurse practitioner, but I thank God for this opportunity. Found me in 2020.
So less than 6 years to EMD and $1 million earner. Incredible.
That's correct. And I was brought here by Dana Fombo. And it's been an amazing journey to today.
Absolutely incredible. Nima, what about you?
Well, I don't have much of a background because I started when I was 23 in 2018. My background is university dropout. So anyone who's not good academically, I'm the one you want to be talking to right now. But yeah, so not much of a background. I started at a very young age, and thankfully I've had an amazing career so far in WFG with amazing people like Cash, like Dr. Ruth, and many other leaders in the company.
Incredible. And where's your cash flow today?
1.7 million.
1.7 million. Unbelievable. Cash, I know you told your story at one of Raj's big events that you and Johnny Marion did. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I was a civil engineer right before the business, and
what year did you join?
So I've been here 16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
You look very young.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you guys being on with us again today. I want to talk to you first about Hawaii, right? Obviously, it's an incredible privilege that WFG brings our top qualifiers this year, more than 500. Next year, we're adding 100 slots. We'll actually be up to 600 qualifiers for Hawaii. But it's so special every year to come back to Hawaii as a team, as a family. We, of course, go to different islands. Next year, we'll be in Maui. Right now, we're in Waikiki and Honolulu. But tell me, if you could, maybe your favorite island, your favorite Hawaii trip, what your first one was, how many you've won, just something about Hawaii that stands out to you and why it's special for us in WFG.
So for me, this is my 3rd time in Hawaii.
Wow.
And something that stands out for me is that this year is the first time I come in with a team member. The first time, the second time I came alone, I was like, no, I had to come back here with someone. And this year I came with someone.
That's awesome.
So this is my best experience ever.
Absolutely. There's nothing like bringing people with you, right?
Yes.
And helping others win. That's really what our business is fundamentally all about. Cash, what about you?
So as far as so you got to be over 10 at least.
You've won.
Yeah, and I would say if I say my best experience is definitely when you have your first person come with you.
Yeah.
It's just a different deal.
Qualifiers did you have this year?
So we had 8 qualifiers.
Nice.
This year.
Awesome. Nima, what about you?
Well, I became SMD in 2020, and I've qualified for Hawaii every year. And 4 out of the 6 years that I've qualified, I've been in Lead Hawaii. And I'll be honest, I think the greatest thing about qualifying for these incentive trips is getting to know people like Dr. Ruth, getting to know amazing individuals like Cash Rastan and all the other leaders. Because, of course, everyone that's listening to me, we can go on vacations ourselves, but it's about the people you get to experience it with. Right. And the fact that you're around so many successful people, so many amazing people, that's the best part for me. And, Cash is one of my really, really, really good friends, and we really developed our relationships through these trips together.
We met in Elite for the first time.
That's right.
Yeah. You were sitting here having breakfast, and I said, hey, and we started talking.
Exactly. And again, you don't get these opportunities anywhere else.
Yeah.
We can all go on vacations to beautiful places, but to go with beautiful people is what makes the difference. So,
to rub shoulders with the best of the best in the business, right? And Cash, you talked about this. Raj always says, There's the neck up people in Hawaii and the neck down people, right? The neck down people are working on their tan. The neck up people are working on their mindset. And it's awesome to see leaders rubbing shoulders with other leaders and cross-pollinating with different hierarchies, because we all leave here better with a bigger vision and a bigger commitment level, right? That's what we want Hawaii to really do. Although there is some opportunity to relax and have a little bit of fun as well. So all three of you spoke in the general session. You did an incredible job. Part of the reason that you spoke was because you all are numbers 1, 2, and 3 for the biggest base shops in the entire business all across the US and Canada. Just quickly, what would you say are a few tips and tricks for the audience out there, the things that you would attribute your current and past success to that you've relied on? We'll start with you, Dr. Ruth.
Like I said yesterday, believe. Believe is number one, because if you don't believe, you cannot be able to transfer that knowledge or that impact or that passion to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
When your belief system is strong, you are able to pull, it's like energy or power that attract other people to you. So that's one of my biggest success to building a big base shop.
Big belief.
Big belief. Number two, being a leader. You have to lead yourself first, then you can lead someone else. So if you're in WFG and want to be a big base shop, you have to first of all learn how to lead yourself. And leading yourself means that you believe in the WFG system, believe in the WFG values. You believe in, associating with other leaders without looking at the negative, but looking at the energy, the positive that they bring to the table.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Nima, what do you say?
I look at every Hawaii qualification period like a season in a sport. When you look at a basketball team, a football team, a soccer team, whatever sport, they run a season, and every season has unique challenges. Some years everything's going for you, some years everything's going against you. But I believe as leaders, what we need to do is we need to make sure that our team knows that we're competing for the top. One of the things that I always tell my team is, winning is not everything, but wanting to win is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's okay, you're going to lose sometimes, you're going to have some bad seasons, you're going to have some good seasons, things are going to happen. But as a leader, you have to always be sending a message of we're going for the top. As a competitive individual, I would never want to be a part of a team who's just settling for being mid-table. If a team was going to recruit me into a sport and they say, hey, our aim this year is to not get relegated. Our aim this year is to just make it to the playoffs.
Right.
I don't want to join your team. I don't care if you're the worst team in the league, but the message should be, we're going to go for the top. I'm going to give it everything we got, because when you compete to win, you're going to win even if you lose.
Yeah.
Because either you win because you actually win, or you win because you get so much better than what you were last year.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it. And that's why I love Hawaii so much, because it gives everyone a chance to not become bitter through competition, but to become better through competition.
Higher standards, always competing.
Exactly.
Pursuing excellence. I love that. Cash, what about you? What do you think are the keys to your success? You've been here a long time, achieved a lot of success, and continue to be the number one base shop. What do you attribute that to?
I would say growth. Just constantly trying to become better.
Personal growth?
Personal growth, because I don't think anybody has still yet beat my record. Anybody in WFG, anybody listening.
All right, okay, no, gauntlet, folks. There it is.
Let me tell you, it's the other way. Because when I started in the business, my first year in the business, this is the record I'm talking about, by the way. My first year in the business, I made $8,500 part-time. And I decided to go full-time. And 12 months after going full-time, I completely been full-time, 100% in the business, all in the morning, at night, and I made $5,500 full-time in business. So I went from $8,500
immediate success.
So you see, that's what I'm saying. Nobody's ever really bet my
that's not
record.
Want to necessarily challenge
I'm just saying, but it's just I just knew I just needed to become better. That's all it was. See, This business is not, I tell our guys all the time, this business is not hard. You're not good enough yet. That's just, you need to become better. It's like going to the gym sometimes. I was going to the gym with a buddy of mine. He picks up the weight and he's like, man, this weight is too heavy. I'm like, it's not heavy, you're weak.
Yeah, you're just not strong enough yet.
So that's basically the deal. So it's been really growth.
Awesome.
And it's the same thing for every next level.
So what are the things that you do to achieve that growth? I mean, are you a big reader? What, plugging into other leaders, obviously. I know you have a lot of great affiliations.
I'm a big believer of associations and just hanging out with people who are always are ahead of me.
Right. Expanding your vision, pushing you.
They're better than me, and their thinking is a different level. I'm not saying they're better than me, but they're just ahead of me. Does that make sense? I love hanging out with those guys. That's number one. Number two, every year, at least one or two big personal growth events that I attend. And then obviously on top of that, reading and listening and trying to become better every single day.
For sure. I think that's one of the most powerful things about our platform at WFG. Whatever you're not strong at, you can find a leader that's strong at that, study it, talk to them about what they're doing, and go implement that in your business. And so that's how those associations are so powerful. Yeah. We all make each other better.
And Drew, if it's okay, I want to add something on what Cash said. You know, a lot of people that are listening right now, you're thinking, man, I wish it was easier. I wish I made it faster. I wish I was one of these individuals that wins quick and gets. I'll be honest with you. If you want to be the greatest, it's better to start with more challenges and have more pain and have more to go through. Remember, we're in the teaching business. And in the teaching business, you have to go through something to teach it at the highest level. So for me, the people that go through the most challenges, like if you're someone who's never had confidence and you learn to develop confidence, you'll be the greatest teacher of other people who want to develop confidence. But if you're born with amazing confidence because you had great parents and you had amazing environments, well, then you're never going to be able to teach anyone anything.
Right.
So if you're listening to me and you feel like you're struggling and you're thinking that you're less than because of it, I actually believe you're the luckiest person because your struggle is going to make you the greatest teacher, which means you're going to become the greatest leader, which means you're going to have the biggest team and the biggest income. Sure, it might take longer than some other people, but you'll win bigger long term. And when Cash says that, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, man, this guy went through a lot of challenges.
Absolutely.
That's why he's been the number one base shop in the company for as long as I can remember. I've been in the business now for 8 years. I can't remember Cash never not being number one in the big shop category. And it's because of the challenges he went on earlier. So I just wanted to touch on that.
Yeah, I think one of the things that stands out to me whenever you talk to successful leaders in WFG, you know, they've overcome adversity, they've become resilient, they've become tough, but they've become that, right? They weren't born that way. They didn't show up here that way. Like you said, they overcame adversity and developed into that. So that's very powerful.
And that is so true because I went through challenges too. And that have made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I never knew that somebody can be demoted in WFG.
You've had some amazing stories.
Yes. I got demoted from EMD to SME. But guess what? I remain on the payroll. I never leave the payroll. So don't allow your challenges to stop you. Every challenge is what sets you apart to move to the next level. It's a ticket for you coming back and coming back big. But most people, when they fail or have adversity, it's time to exit. No, because anywhere else you're going to meet another exit, another challenge.
Absolutely.
So one thing I love about WFG is an organization that have the expectations. And if you don't meet all that expectations, they know how to take you back to go back and learn those things you did not learn.
Yeah.
So you will come back strong. You will come back a better person, and that makes you a better leader.
I love it.
I think you have an amazing story on that, by the way, which one of my guys told me, because it was one of your people that quit, right? And that's caused you got a demotion. It was a big chargeback.
Yes. I think I have one of the highest chargeback in WFG.
Oh, wow.
But guess what? I'm back. I'm back strong. I'm now a better person, and I can encourage anyone. You know, WFG has been in existence for more than 40 years. Where can you get it better? There's no other place you can get it better than here because they have gone through all the regulations. They have gone through all the leadership. They have gone through all the waves, like Daniel Fombo said yesterday. But guess what? They stand tall.
Yeah.
So any other place you're going to have not gone through that. So chargeback has nothing to do with WFG. That is American and Canadian system. So if you run away from WFG and go somewhere else, sorry, you're going to meet it again.
Absolutely.
So what are you going to do? What are the things you can do to mitigate chargebacks? First, you have to work on yourself, personal development.
Yep.
Learn how to understand your clients and teach that to your team, and you become the best.
I love that. One of the things that Susan Davies and I talked about at the top of the hour was 6 years of consistent year-over-year growth in field cash flow. We finished 2025 at $1.579 billion in cash flow to the field. So 6 years, 2020 through 2025, we've grown that number. And if you go back, 25 years, even just 15 years company history, we've grown from 17,000 licensed agents to over 95,000 licensed agents, 445% growth. So it's, again, like you said, 40 plus year track record of success, and all the adversity that the company has overcome really translates from the leaders within the business. So 2026, speaking of high standards, looking forward, always wanting more, chasing excellence, our theme this year is Power What's Possible. I want to hear from each of you on a little bit about what you think is possible for not only WFG, but for your hierarchies, your teams, your leaders specifically, and why you're excited about this year as we close out the third quarter and head into convention here in a few months.
All right. Powering what is possible. For me as a person, I believe everything is possible. So I'm looking for that next agent who will say, Dr. Rhodes, I want to win. Show me how to get to the next level. Because I know if I move to the next level, legal and ethically, I'll be able to stand the test of time. So coming 2026, we're going to win big. We're looking for, like you said, we are looking for the top game. We're looking for the top. And for us to come to the top, we have to come with our A game.
Yep.
It's not time for excuses. We don't need no excuse. It's not time for looking back or looking for shiny objects. It's time to focus. Focus, look at the numbers. Now, thank God for what WG, I'm so excited to the technology WG is taking us. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep.
And I'm telling my people, you have to come out. Let's put in the voice in social media. Let's use the social media to grow our business. It's so amazing. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. Fantastic. Nima, what about you? What are you excited about in 2026 as we power what's possible?
3.6 million point base shop, 12 million point super base, 25 million point super team.
I love that. You know your goals right off the bat. Every one of them is ingrained.
100%. 2028, I'm going to have a 100 million point team. And we're on a tight deadline and the team is fired up and we want to change a lot of lives on the way. So this is my, for me, this is a purpose. It's not about the money. It's not about, I'll enjoy the money. Don't get me wrong, but that's
You're not going to get the money back, but you're going to take the money and enjoy it, but focus on helping people.
The point is that I want to have 5,000 licensed agents by 2028 because for me, the revolution is taking people from employees to entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Giving people who are capable, like all the people that we see every day, a chance to have freedom in life. And not just freedom of money, not just freedom of time, but freedom of thinking. Being free of other people's judgment, being free of living a life that is not made for them. And I believe, we all have that purpose and we all have that mission. And that's my target for 2026 to make that happen.
Love it. Big goals. That means the company needs to have even bigger goals, right? We keep talking about 100,000 licensed agents, 110,000. I think we need to be talking about 200, 250,000 licensed agents so that your dream, your goal that I know you will achieve of having 5,000 licensed agents can fit inside that larger goal and dream. Cash, what about you? What are your
You're not 5,000 people in Hawaii. That's the goal.
5,000. No, I need a bigger resort. Talk to the sheriff.
There's many different
Get
resorts.
a piece of land nearby and build another tower.
And it just so good with what Nemo just said. And the point is for the audience, I'll tell you mine, but really what matters for you is knowing exactly what your numbers are. So it doesn't really what my goal is or what his goal is. What does matter is we know our goals. If I show you my phone, it says, hey, we got to close 30 million. Then next year we got to close 100 million. All the metrics that it requires, where we're short at, where we need to grow at. We know our numbers. And this is when I realized when I came the first time to Hawaii, I realized that there were people that were in Hawaii, they were real business people. They knew their numbers. Versus sometimes people who are back home, they didn't know their numbers.
Right.
If you have a Subway, you know what your number, at the end of the day, you're like, what do we sell? What was the cap? What do we need to order? You know exactly.
Yep.
But a lot of people back home are like, where are you at? They don't even know where they're at, let alone where they're going.
Right.
So it's a point of this is really, you got to know your numbers.
Love that.
And you got to be excited about them, fired up, read them every day.
I love it. All right. You guys heard it first here from these winners. Big belief, right? No excuses. Know your numbers. I hope all of you out there in WFG land know your numbers and excited to make a huge year in 2026. Make it your best year yet. Signing off from Hawaii. Give our field speakers a big round of applause out there, and we will say mahalo, and we will see you next time to WFG Live.
We need to hear.
Next year, be
Join us next year. Mahalo.